The Quick Snap is presented by FWF, dependable solutions for the pros since 1866.
All right, welcome back to another victory episode of the Quick Snap podcast.
Going to San
11.
Francisco.
Did you buy your tickets yet?
Yeah.
Love it. I mean, look, dude, I'm literally starting to, when the game's going on, I'm texting you too. Like, this is, it's unreal, it's been unreal. It's been awesome to cover. Let's dive into it. What was your initial thoughts when the clock hit 0? What was the main takeaway you got from this game?
I just thought a lot of the resiliency because when he threw the interception and they got the ball back, I was like, this is how the Bucs win the game. Because I just feel like they find ways
That's
to win.
That's where Baker's
games.
been really good.
Yeah, they just have found ways to win. And I was like, and they struggled a little bit offensively in the second half. And the defense to go out there and get a stop was just unbelievable. And I feel like the good teams we've been a part of, right? You share the burden as a team, right? So there's been the games we played in where you have to get 48 points to win the game. Then you go to like the Super Bowl and it's like all we need is 13. Our defense played unreal.
Right.
Like that is the good teams find ways to win, and it's not always just like, well, they outscored everyone. Or their defense only gave up, 10 points every game. Like, you find ways to win as a whole, and I thought it was just a complete team win, like both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. What I loved and what I took away and what we were texting about it just so happened to be the rookies showing up in this week, right? And last week, what did we talk about? We talked about Kyle Williams. Booty's not going to practice. He's going to get some more reps. And what is he comes up with a huge touchdown right off the bat. And I mean, look, that play in general, they start in slot. They know it's man coverage. You shift over. They alert to the play they want to get to. And that play, you got two crossers trying to rub for each other. The post safety kind of cuts Mac Hollins, right? And Drake sees it, and now he's got to sling it across his body to the right side, throws an absolute dime, puts it in the only place that allows Kyle Williams to make a good run after catch, and he's gone. And he held the record for the fastest speed of a rookie player all season for about 10 plays until TreVeyon Henderson beats it.
Well, I wanted to, because I thought it was a good throw watching it live.
It was an incredible throw.
I wanted to ask you about it because now I've watched it more, different angles. Dude, one, he gets crushed.
He does.
Which is one thing. That's part of playing that position, right? And I think he showed a lot of toughness overall Sunday.
Yep.
But when I was looking at it, right, his body, like, he never was able to turn his body. I don't know. Like, I don't know what that's like, obviously. I wanted to ask you about, because I thought it was a great throw watching it. Now, seeing it, like, how... I mean, I don't play quarterback, but I know enough. Like, you want your body going, right? And, like, his body was facing to the left, and to throw it like that, I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
It's a great observation by you. And there'd be some people out there who consider themselves gurus who would say, well, you got to get your feet set to throw that. The hard part about that play is, as I just mentioned, you're running two crossing routes, essentially, right? And it's a really well thought out play because when you motion Mac Hollins over, what does he usually do? Goes and blocks the down safety. Yeah. So he stems in like he's going to block. Now all of a sudden it's two crossers. You're going to use them to kind of create I'm not going to use the word pick, but like a rub type effect to get one of them open. And what you have to do on that play as a quarterback, you have to have your feet set down the middle because you don't know which one you're going to throw to until it declares. And so he actually ends up getting the harder one because he's got his feet down the middle. He's got to throw a crossing route that's going from left to right away from him. Can't really get everything on it, which just goes to show you how physically gifted he is. But I actually thought he had his feet in the ground, which allowed him to make a throw either to the right to Kyle Williams, or if he wanted to, he actually could have hit Mac Hollins too. The safety was diving on it, which I think that's what took him to throw to Kyle. But it was an incredible play executed by the whole team. You see them, they get the alert, everybody knows what to do, and it ends up being a huge touchdown. I think it was one of the longest plays that the Patriots have had in several years, and it really got you feeling good about how the rest of the game was going to go.
Yeah, I would say what this offense has done from explosive play standpoint, to me, has been so impressive. And we would say, what, we want to get one or two a game?
Yeah.
I don't know the average, but I feel like every week we're talking about 4 to 6 plays.
Yeah,
and you
crazy.
look this week, it was the Kyle Williams play.
Yep.
It was Tua Henderson's runs.
The long ball to Mac Hollins.
And even the pop on the blitz where they brought, which I thought was another, just watching Drake trust the system, right? So it was empty protection, right? So that means there's only 5 people blocking. They do a great job of getting the blitz communicated. Tampa brings 6, so one person is free. As a quarterback, you know that right now.
We're responsible for someone. We can't block everybody when they do that.
And he knows that, but the way the play was designed, it's got this quick route to Pop. He gets it to Pop, takes the hit, and Pop turns it into like a 20. I think it was 26 yards, which technically is an explosive. So they've done that each week and in different ways, which has been so impressive to me. I am watching Henderson hit that duo. I was thinking about training camp because when we watched that practice, what did we talk about?
Fastest. We've never seen a guy hit the line of scrimmage that fast.
He gets to top end speed like that. And that play to me is a lot different than the game ender because those plays, when you get through the line, it's over with because there's no one back there. Everyone's up.
Yep.
But I was thinking, because that was what we were talking about that whole practice we did together, how fast he got to top end speed. And if you watch that duo, that safety's got an angle on him. And now, it still could have been a big run with someone else because he could have broke the tackle and gone. But that dude got through the line, and I think 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, he was at top end speed.
You think Danny still wants to trade him for Cam Scatterbo?
I don't want to trade him. But the Pats lead the league in explosive plays of over 50-plus yards with 7. The second-place team has 5.
You know what's crazy is, that was not the staple of the offense, that version of the offense that you and I
Like I said, we tried to get 1 or 2 a game.
Yeah, because I think the one thing that you realize, you have a guy playing quarterback who is an elite at throwing the ball deep, and you have some guys who have speed, which – no offense to the guys we played with, I don't remember playing with a running back in this system that could take off the way that TreVeyon Henderson did.
No.
So
is that why he's the player of the game?
He is. I think we got to go. I mean, look, we got to talk about a lot of things about this game, but the dependable player of the game, the FW Webb dependable player of the game, has to go to TreVeyon Henderson.
Yeah, I these stats can be funny sometimes, right? Because when you look at this, it is a hell of a game by the kid. And I was glad that he scored at the end for a couple different reasons.
Did that not just I was laughing, realizing what he was doing on that play? Imagine being so fast that you can run past the defense, start jogging and say, should I score? Should I? It was like that clip I sent you from The Incredibles when the little son is
I was thinking about it. That reminded me of my 4-year-old when he's jumping off something and can I keep doing this or should I stop? And he's looking at you.
I don't want to be the Debbie Downer here. I was the most happy guy in the world to see TreVeyon bust both those runs. But Phil Perry was talking about this on his podcast. He had 12 carries for 23 yards if you take away these two big touchdowns.
I said that the other day. Look, and the run game wasn't great in the sense of efficiency, but that's a good defense, and you have to you have to stick with the run game because it creates a lot of these opportunities in the passing game. And I don't know about you, but we had, I did the fan questions, and not to jump into them, I don't know what you chose, Danny, but someone tweeted at it and said that he thought Josh was conservative in the second half. And I really didn't. When I read it, I was like, I don't remember it. And I went back and started looking at, the game. Mm-hmm. They took a shot to Hunter, shot to Mac Hollins.
Yep.
Yeah, there was one drive where they went back-to-back runs.
And it wasn't, they weren't any good.
No, it was 3rd and 9.
Yeah, exactly.
But I didn't think the game was conservative at all in the second half. They just weren't as efficient in the second half at times. Yep. But you also hit a 55-yard run to break open the game at the start of the third quarter. You can't get away from the run at that point. It's that close to being broke again. So I didn't feel like it was conservative.
I mean, to me, that's kind of stat picking. If you take those 2 plays out, well, you can't take those 2 plays out. Those plays happen. So I think the one thing you're going to see is now that the Patriots have seen it, the league has seen it, the home run ability of TreVeyon Henderson. To your point, David, you're going to stick with it because what are teams going to do? They're going to get people in there, and it's going to create even more explosive opportunities in the play-action game. And so what a great time for TreVeyon to have a breakout game. It was great to get Kyle Williams involved, which that was out of necessity, right? Booty's down. He's your deep play guy.
And I don't think Kyle Williams was a huge part of the game play. He only had 2 targets.
It was one big play.
And that's great. That's why TreVeyon Henderson is the FW Webb Dependable Player of the game. At FW Webb, people and relationships come first, and you can always depend on FW Webb to find the right products and solutions for your next project.
I want to thank our partners at FW Webb on jobs large and small across 16 disciplines. FW Webb has the selection, in-stock inventory, expertise, solutions, and people to get the job done right. For more than 150 years, FW Webb has been the trusted partner for professionals across the Northeast, delivering what you need, when and where you need it. Because at FW Webb, they believe relationships, trust, and dependable service matter. FW Webb, where every customer counts. All right, we got to talk about the quarterback. I mean, look, we've said it before. It wasn't sustainable to go out every week and throw for over 200 yards, multiple touchdowns, and a quarterback rating over 100. So he got the 270 yards. He got the 2 touchdowns, but his rating was 89.9. So, look, really what it came down to was that interception, right? And you never, as a quarterback, you're down there, you never want to take points off the board. But I also would say, having watched this kid now for almost a year and a half, like, I don't want to coach that out of him either. And I think that comes with understanding the situation, but also when I rewatch that play, the safety that ends up making the pick is actually covering Hunter.
He falls off.
He falls off, and it's like when things are happening that fast, you're moving and you're thrown to the back pylon, and you see Mac Hollins is beating his guy. You're already saying, well, that guy's covering Hunter, and you're not going to let him fall back into the play, so to speak. The one thing I would say, the only way I thought that maybe that was avoidable was they kind of ran like the fake. Remember a few weeks ago to Diggs to get him a touchdown, the little look pass? Yeah. They kind of ran that fake little look pass, and I thought he had Mac Hollins quick. And I remember with Josh, when we would run plays like that, particularly in the red area, he would say, look, out in the field, you might want to give it a little pump, but down here, things happen so fast. And Drake kind of took his hand off the ball, and I think it's that split second where he's not able to reload and get it to Mac Hollins, and now he starts scrambling right. All the receivers are to the left. And so I'm not too concerned about that. I think, first of all, he's proven that he learns from his mistakes, but you don't want to say too much from him, because for everyone that is going to be like that, he may throw 4 touchdowns by extending the play. And so it just happened to be in a really bad situation in the game. You mentioned it before. The defense bailed him out, so no harm, no foul. But I thought throughout the entire game, what I loved about him was his toughness. Yeah. He took some huge hits. Now, he didn't get sacked as much as he had been in previous games, but he took some really big hits, especially Vita Vea, who's a huge human being. The play before he takes the deep shot to Mac Hollins, I mean, he got absolutely destroyed, gets back up, sits in the pocket, delivers a beautiful deep ball. I mean, it's so impressive to watch. And what I love from him, and our guest, Coach Gruden, is going to hit on this, he watched him post-game press conferences when he lost in college to see what he was like. I don't know if you saw it with Tracy Wolfson after the game. She's interviewing him. He's given the glory to God. He's given the praise to his teammates. She mentions MVP chance. He goes, shoot, that's probably for Baker. That's not for me. She asks, the Bills lost today too, by the way. We're not worried about the Bills. We're worried about Thursday night. He's got the right demeanor. He's got what you might call the it factor.
Yeah, that's it. It's the it factor. And, the one thing I'll say about the interception, you're right. You don't want to – this kid's got playmaking ability, and you don't want to take that away from him. Yeah. That situation, though, you throw it away, don't make a hero play. You go up by 8. Mm-hmm. You can't lose the game now if they go out and score.
They could just tie it.
They could just tie it. So that, to me, it's those, 7-point or 4-point plays we used to talk about, right? Yep. That, to me, is where you just – he doesn't have to make a hero play there in that situation. If you're down in the game, like, obviously you got to try to make the hero play.
For sure.
One thing you said about learning from mistakes, the thing that I noticed and that I was so impressed with, there was a 3rd down. I think it was 3rd and 7 in the 3rd quarter. Yep. He kind of evade some rush. He gets out of the pocket. He's still evading guys, but the whole time, two hands on the ball. And that's a credit to him. It's a credit to the coaching. I think I see that from a lot of guys on the team. Look, it's the coach's job to get guys to do the right thing, but at the same time, there's accountability on the players to actually do it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to actually do it. And so you see that from him, and like, you think that would be, obviously if your coach asks you to do something, do it. But we've played a lot of football and seen a lot of guys that just don't. They just don't. And they don't last long and stuff. But I don't know, with a guy like that, when he's doing it and you can see it, like, it just, I don't know, it warms my heart. I don't know. It probably doesn't to a lot of people, but to this guy, it warms my heart. So,
I mean, he had a lot of impressive plays. That third down you're talking about, move left, protect the ball, stop, throw it back to the middle. I mean, that might have been the most impressive play, and I think you hit on it. There's no way after the fumble issues he had against Atlanta that they weren't going to go into practice last week and work on that in individual. So whether it was Josh McDaniels, Ashton Grant, the quarterback coach, Riley Larkin, those guys in those individual periods, what were they going to refresh in Drake's head? Get him moving through the pocket in the gauntlet, take some of the bags, maybe try to knock it out. And it's amazing when you see the drill work come up in the game and you're successful. And to, like you said, to Drake's credit, he takes it to heart. And I think it shows how much he cares, how much he's trying to improve. It's just so impressive.
Dante used to always say, if you don't see your drills on the game tape, you're wasting your time. So, that's a great example of that. There was a lot of situational football in this game, Hoy, whether the end of the game on the TreVeyon Henderson run we kind of mentioned earlier. I like him scoring there. I thought the points put it more out of reach. It eliminates something bad happening.
Sure.
You had Stephon Diggs on the onside kick, which that to me, I don't know why, but having him out there for that and him doing it, taking that shot, it just goes back to the thing that I think whatever this guy is doing for this football team on the field, if he goes for 3 million yards this year, like, I don't think what he's done, I think what he's provided more culturally has been 10 times more impressive to me.
I mean, look, his numbers weren't huge, but he had 5 catches, 46 yards, a crucial touchdown before the half, which was an incredible catch. Look, I think that shows, obviously, the faith that Drake has in Diggs is huge. Yeah. But also, it even shows me improvement because that was a very similar play that Drake got picked off against the Steelers because he tried to throw it on a line and hard. He puts it high only where Diggs can get it, puts your trust in the receiver, the toe tap. We got Cardi B celebrating, right? I mean,
she's louder than me yelling at the TV.
That's probably true.
I love Diggs. Like, his leadership is it's fun to watch.
Yeah. I think he's just provided so much to this team other than his play on the field, which, look, I didn't know Stephon. All you know about Stephon Diggs is what you hear. And, he's come in and my hat's off to him for so many different reasons. But
what I love is, like you said, I don't know Diggs personally. I've talked to him a few times, whether it's at training camp, whatever. But you only know what maybe people may say about him or what the media says about him. But what he's shown for that receiver room to be unselfish the way that he's done, I mean, every week somebody's going to eat. And I think they all support each other. So last week, Mac Hollins leads the team in receiving yards. Big go ball, obviously get Kyle Williams, and they're all celebrating each other. And I think that starts with Diggs and what he's brought to that room. Coach Todd Downing, they have a tremendous group. They're very tight-knit, and it shows on the field. Yeah,
well, let's get into this end of the half. Yep. Obviously, big turning point in the game. I think the Patriots made it harder than it needed to be. But no matter what, look, Vrabel keeps rolling some dice and he keeps coming up big. So
every time that they go for it, I think of that picture of him at the
casino,
casino at the table. I mean, that's the way he is.
But that unique situation, right? Because they obviously run a quarterback sneak.
Was it?
I have PTSD of that play because we ran it in 2016.
Someone fell on you?
No, so we did it in the Seattle Seahawks game in 2016. Russell Wilson's on fire, and me and Thomas our only fumbled snap.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know do I fire off? Do I really try to score here
on the play where you're sneaking it, but you're not trying to get any yards?
Because we were trying to limit Russell Wilson from getting the ball back.
Yeah.
So we ended up taking it all the way. I think it was a very similar type of situation. We went that play, ran it, got stuffed because I think we lost a little bit of yardage on the fumbled snap. And then we maybe ran a pass incomplete and then threw a fade to Gronk. And it was Cam Chancellor was playing unreal that night.
I don't want to get off topic because I want to talk about the fourth down. But talking about QB sneaks, why was Tom so good at them? Because everyone says he was the best. Is he not giving enough credit to you, not him, but the media, center position?
This is what needs to be said, and not a lot of people understand this. We in the system, when you and I played, we never called a quarterback sneak in the huddle. Very rarely. What that was Tom at all times had an ability to get to the quarterback sneak with a certain word that would allow David and the guards and everybody to know. And so we would only run those sneaks on our terms, as opposed to, you see a lot of teams, like I was watching the 49ers game this past week, and Mac Jones had a quarterback sneak. It was a great sneak, but having played for Kyle would literally just call a formation and you would say West right tight quarterback sneak. And there was not an alert. You were going to run quarterback sneak come hell or high water, whether they had 9 guys in the A gap or not. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is why Tom was so great. One, he had great form. He'd get that foot back. You guys would power off. He knew where to go. But 2, we very rarely, if ever, ran a quarterback sneak not on the terms that we wanted to.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. We would, there was alerts we would have, and he was really good at. Look, we'd run him on second. If you
second down,
if you had a 9-yard run on play, he might just be, Josh calls a play, he goes in the huddle, and he's at the line of scrimmage just saying the word.
Yep.
And
yeah, so even, in meaningful games, especially late in the year, if you wanted to make sure that you were going to secure staying on the field, it may be 2nd and 1. There may even be a pass play called, and Tom,
he wasn't doing it on
he could get to the sneak. I've seen him do it before because I'd hear the call in my head, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what happened? He just snuck it to secure the first down.
But you're 100% right. We were opportunists on the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, so. You weren't just going to run it against a diamond 5-man front and be like, run it no matter what.
No, and did you see on that? So they ran the inside dive play after the sneak. We got to get better at our goal line runs, offensive line wise. But the second play they ran, that outside zone left on the goal line, I didn't notice it in the game because I noticed no one got David, the linebacker. Mm-hmm. Did you see Will Campbell get obliterated that play? Dude, these dadgum officials, I'll tell you.
Oh, he got held. Yeah, I did see that.
And that is a dangerous play for him.
Right.
And it's just,
I love dadgum.
Dante,
I wish I could use that.
What?
Dadgum.
Dante used to say some very mean words about officials, and then they would come into training camp, and Dante would just say those mean words to their face, and I'd just be like, dadgummit, he's gonna, now they just hate us.
They hate you, yeah.
So I'd be like, I'm sorry, he said that. He calls us that a lot too. But
it's not just you.
Yeah, it's not just you. Just, it's okay. But yeah, that was brutal. He I don't know. I thought the officials called a pretty good game. Yeah. What'd you think about Drake's hit? I'm honestly glad they didn't throw the flag because
you and I are throwback players, and
I'm just
but I think if that's Mahomes or Josh Allen,
I agree.
They're throwing the flag and the guy's being ejected.
I agree, but I just I don't know.
Especially when the guy's already, Drake's already being tackled. It's close to the line of scrimmage. I thought. I thought if they had called it, I don't think it would have been controversial.
No, but I don't know. It warmed. I don't want to see our quarterback take those hits, but it warmed my heart that they didn't. Yeah. I don't know why, but I don't know. Just the fact that it's all right, good. It's still football a little bit because he's a runner.
I got us off topic, but Coach Hoyer, Coach Andrews, are you guys kicking the ball in 4th and 1, or are you going for it?
I'm going for it.
I mean,
the way this year's going,
2020, I'm like, yeah. I mean, you got to when your quarterback is playing the way he's playing, and you have skill players that are playing with confidence, and you as the coach empower them, and then they become more confident. At this point, I'm going to turn into Dan Campbell if I'm Mike Vrabel. I'm going to be aggressive. The defense, I think we haven't talked about the defense a lot, and I know we got to get on to this week's matchup on Thursday night and what that means for the players. But the defense, I love the ferocity with which they play.
I thought they played great. I thought they got after Baker.
Yeah.
Baker.
He didn't look comfortable. I mean,
No.
I've watched a lot of Baker this year. He very rarely, there was some of the throws and the attempts that he made. I'm like, that doesn't look like the Baker.
No,
that I've
I mean,
seen.
he almost threw a couple picks.
Yep.
Like, I thought they did a good job getting after him. The defense got a streak broken too. What's this kid's name? Tucker.
Sean Tucker,
never
the
even
running
heard of
back, had
Tucker. He had 53 yards.
He had like one or two like longer runs.
Yeah,
which is
but
always,
it was only 53 yards.
You know who I'm really coming to appreciate is Craig Woodson. I mean, this guy lays the
as a
boom
rookie,
as a rookie. I mean,
played
that's
really well.
Probably one of the reasons why you're okay with trading Duggar, right? And even Jalen Hawkins has come up with some big plays. I just love the unit, right?
I think they played really good. I think they played physical.
Yep.
We can trust them though. Like 2 weeks in a row, we had to stop the Falcons.
Yeah.
We did.
No,
And
they've
this week
gone
we
out
did.
there and done everything you needed them to do when it matters most, and that's what's important. Like that's why this is the greatest team game, right? Because it takes both sides, and they've gone out there and done their job. And you give a team. What was the final score?
28-23.
28-23.
Dude, you give up 20 to 23 points. You should have a shot to win, especially the way this offense is playing right now. The last few years, I don't know if I'm saying that, but in reality, when you have a good football team, you hold teams to 20 points, you have a chance to win those football games.
We talked about the conservative play calling a little bit, but like, are we not good with playing with the lead? Because 2 weeks in a row, we have bad second halves. I don't know how many points we scored the second half, but it wasn't a lot.
No, I mean, look, it's football.
Football's
like the
football.
team,
I don't
they go
think
in
they're-
there.
yeah.
They go in there. They make adjustments. Like it's just it happens. Like sometimes the plays aren't working. The plays aren't getting made. Like it just.
And as you know, David, sometimes too, like a play should work, but one or two guys just miss their block.
Yeah.
Or one, like it's as simple as that. I don't think it's like, oh, we have a lead. Like Josh isn't changing the calls.
No.
Like he's got a game plan. He's been here's what's working, here's not. Like when you go into halftime, and we've seen them. I think Danny, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they've scored on the first drive coming out of the half for like 6 or 7 straight games.
We'll have to look that up.
I'm pretty sure I saw that during the broadcast the other day. Like, Josh goes in, and we've been in those meetings. All right, here's what's going really well. Here's what we need to do better. Here are 4 or 5 plays that I really want to get to coming out of the half. And they've done pretty good with that. I think it's just sometimes I think people see 2 runs and back to back, and they don't go for much. Oh, it's conservative play calling. That's not necessarily true. That's just
because one of them just went for 60 yards and a touchdown, blew open the game. I don't know. I didn't have any problem with it. I'm also a Josh McDaniels fan, but
we're obviously
they took
biased.
a shot to Hunter.
Yep.
They took the shot to Mac Hollins. They had a drive that should have been points, got interception. Like
sometimes it's about execution. It's not always the result is not what you think of when you call the play.
Yeah. So
before we put the nail in the coffin of this game, you got any questions from the fans for this game, Danny?
Yeah, David brought up the first one. You nailed it with
the conservative. You picked that one. I saw that one. I liked it because I just didn't get that feel.
This one comes, I can't pronounce his name, but you're talking about a warm heart watching these games. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you wish you could have played one more year to see Drake Maye become MVP?
Well, I mean, look, I think I've obviously said I wanted to play, but, at the same time, I've had so much fun. Like I've had
being a fan is awesome.
That's what
I've had
I
a lot of
tweeted it out
fun
the other day. Like, is this what it feels like to be a fan for a good team?
Well,
I didn't grow up with this.
I will say this: I've had a lot of fun. I'm playing a lot of golf. I'm doing a lot of deer hunting right now. That's stuff I never would have ever done playing football. I'm content with what I've done. I was tired. I was beat up. It was time. We'll say this though: this is, as a fan, I don't want to miss.
I know.
I don't literally because I texted y'all what happened.
Oh yeah, because you were delayed a little bit.
No,
Locked
I wasn't.
Locked yourself in your son's room.
I locked. Oh yeah. So this is a good story, real quick. we moved our son into like a big bed, like a big boy bed, right? So Sunday morning I went got up and started doing it, and had to take apart his crib, move it out, bring all the things in there. The bed has 9 million parts, all this stuff. So I'm doing it. I was like, all right, I'm getting close to game time. I gotta get my laptop. So I have my laptop set up. I'm watching in there, TV commercial. I'm trying to get as many screws in I can. And I put a latch on his door. My wife bought latches so he can't leave in the middle of the night. So I put it on. I was like, all right, let me see if it works. Locked myself in his room. But
good thing you had the laptop.
Good thing I had the laptop.
What if you had not had the laptop?
I would just have been laying on his bed with my phone. But you don't want to turn off the TV. You don't want to There's years past, I wouldn't blame fans. Like, I'm sure they were probably watching the game, but all right, let's flip over to Red Zone for 10 minutes. Sure. I didn't know what else was going on in the league because I didn't care. Yeah. This game was awesome. I went and got our youngest up from his nap because my wife and oldest were gone, and I missed the opening play of kickoff.
Oh yeah, then TreVeyon hit the touchdown.
I was like, I missed 3 plays. It's okay. And next thing I know, it's 21-7 or 10, whatever it was, and you don't want to miss a play of these games. You don't want to turn the TV. You don't give a damn what's going on around the league because it's so entertaining. Like, as a fan, we're in an awesome spot, and I think Portnoy said it best. He's like, I don't know what I deserve in a past life to deserve being this type of fan. Like, it's unreal.
I feel bad for the Buffalo Bills, man.
Oh my! To hell with them.
We'll talk about that later, right?
Bad for our boy Brian Sunger. I
think the window's closed. Hey, but Brian, to that fact about scoring after the half, in 7 straight games, we have scored a touchdown on the first drive.
It's incredible.
Scored, no touch. Sorry, Sarah's correcting me in the studio. We scored a field goal or a touchdown.
Okay.
But one more here. This is kind of like I don't know. This is such a fan question. We talk about it all the time with my friends, but curious what players think. Do you think it's good for a team to take a loss, prior to the playoffs in order to regroup or refocus and deflect any potential complacency?
No.
You don't want,
hell no.
Are you saying if you had the option?
Hell no.
Yeah, I feel like our friends are always like, we should maybe just lose and
you gotta
reset.
Lose the hump. No.
I'll say this. We did lose some games in 2018 that really made us refocus, but not that you would want to go and be like, we need to refocus.
Were you not panicked a little bit in 18?
Oh, yeah.
Like after Miami,
Miracle, Pittsburgh, I was like, I don't know.
And then we beat the damn brakes off the Jets the last week of the year. But no, you don't ever. It's always better to coach off a win.
Oh yeah.
Like a loss, a loss rattles you now, especially late in the year when you're hitting your stride. I mean, look at 21.
Yeah.
Like, we go down the stretch like that. 15, my rookie year, was kind of the same thing. Yeah. Like, losing is never good.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured.
I mean, it's different if, let's say this year keeps progressing, and against Miami, we have nothing to play for, and you slap people out there, and it's like, all right, we'll take the loss, like whatever. Yep. But, no, you never want to purposely try to lose a game. I disagree with that.
All right. David, we got a very special guest. I don't know if I've ever been more excited to have a guest on than this next guy here. Super Bowl champ, the old ball coach. Got me feeling nicey. Woo! This morning.
I love it.
Yep, I love it. Jon Gruden.
Yep.
Thanks for being here with us, Coach. And I don't think there could be a better time to have you on. You were at the Patriots Buccaneers game this past Sunday, live in person. And as we were getting ready here, you just said it. AFC top 2 teams back to being the Patriots and the Colts. What did you love seeing when you got to see them in person this past weekend?
Well, it was really cool being back in the stadium. You know how it is when you go back after spending a lot of time with an organization. But to be honest with you, I was really eager to see Drake Maye play. And man, was I impressed. The guy really handled the Tampa Bay defense, I think. The pressures, he threw the ball hot. He audibled a few times. He handled the rain. They fell behind early. His deep ball accuracy, his poise in the pocket, it made me really jealous. I'm like, God dang it, the Patriots got another great quarterback. But it was really impressive, and their defense plays hard. I think it's a credit to Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel, that Patriot way. All of us get tired of hearing that except Patriot fans, but they are unselfish. They distribute the ball to a lot of different players. And a lot of NFL free agents have come to New England, particularly on defense, and really taken off in this Mike Vrabel system.
No, you hit it right on the head, and we've kind of been up here too. It's almost like, is this too good to be true? And David and I suffered through some of those down years playing here in New England, but you're like, is it really true that they have this great quarterback again? They had Tom Brady for all these years, and Drake's been phenomenal. And honestly, we see you with Barstool Sports now, and one of your first times on the new job last year, they were asking you about Drake Maye, and you called it. You go, he's a stud. I mean, what did you see? And one of the things I love what you're doing now, especially you get to do a lot of the tape. You talk about, you do the quarterback class with the incoming rookie quarterbacks. I love seeing that. What did you see from Drake at an early age or an early point in his career that led you to believe that this is what he was going to be?
Well, I think we all see the prototype size, the arm talent. We saw his athleticism at North Carolina. They scored points. They moved the ball with very little blocking. I mean, this guy was under siege. But what I did is kind of crazy is I love watching quarterbacks at their press conference after losses. And when I saw Drake Maye address the media after losing games, that's when I really fell in love with him. I said, this guy's got the it factor. I mean, he has a great ability to handle misery and adversity, and that's going to serve him well in this long career that he has ahead of himself. But he's a polished team guy. He's unselfish. I think he's really got the respect of the locker room. He's got all the ability, and I'm just, like I said, I'm jealous. I hate the New England Patriots because of the Tuck rule.
That's right.
And now I'm really miserable because they got one hell of a young quarterback, and he's a great guy. I'm sure you guys have met him.
You ever get over something like that, the Tuck rule?
No, man, we never get over that. That was for a different broadcast probably, but I haven't had much luck against the Patriots, David. Yeah. And I think a lot of coaches like myself can say the same thing. But it is really cool to see the Patriots run out of the tunnel with a new quarterback. Living in the shoes of Tom Brady, that's not easy. But to see TreVeyon Henderson, a rookie, take off like he did, I think Josh McDaniels deserves a lot of credit too. I know he took a lot of crap for being not getting it done as a head coach with the Raiders, but he's a hell of a coach, man, and he's really got a unique way of training quarterbacks. You guys can, I'm sure, attest to that. But it's no coincidence that McDaniels has a big role in this.
Yeah, I mean, we were both very high on that hiring because we've had a lot of success in Josh's system and knew that if Drake could understand and play within the system, there was going to have a lot of success. And so we've been very high on Josh. It's been awesome to see that. But also, Mike Vrabel comes in, first-year head coach. What has he brought to this organization, do you believe, to have such a great turnaround in year one when everyone thought, this was going to be a rebuild?
Well, he's experienced head coach, number one. He's been a successful head coach as well with the Titans. We all know about him as a player. He has had a history of winning at Ohio State and with New England. But if you really know Vrabel, I don't know him as well as you guys, but he has swag. Mm-hmm. He has confidence. And he has guts to make changes. I mean, who trades Keon White and the safety man Duger? Who walks in and does that? A lot of coaches would probably go in and keep the roster status quo. I mean, they go out and get Milton Williams and Spillane, and it's nice to have that kind of money to buy those free agents, but they totally revamped this defense. And then, Coach Williams, he has a bout with the prostate cancer, and he's got a young guy calling the plays. He's just got a great ability to handle tough situations, and he has the courage and the guts to plug in players, and he knows how to hire assistant coaches. You guys know that. One of the most important things a head coach has to do is hire guys to coach and service these players, and I think he's done a great job of that. Yeah.
Also, you got to spend a little time at my alma mater. Well, I guess it's Can I say that if I haven't graduated?
He hasn't graduated yet, Coach Gruden, because does he still get to claim the dogs?
Come on, get back there, get that degree, man.
I was too busy winning Super Bowls every year, right out of college, Coach. I didn't have time for that. I had to win Super Bowls, I had to party, and then I had to get back to work. No, but, what did you think of that? I mean, to me, it's Athens changed a lot. The facilities, being down there. I never played for Kirby, but, I have a lot of respect for him. What was it like being down there and being a part, of that program?
Well, I come from Tennessee. My wife cheered at Tennessee. I was a graduate coach at Tennessee. But when I had a chance to go down and watch the Dogs, I realized pretty quick why they're formidable. They have a great head coach. He's a defensive coach. He does things a lot differently than I did, but he runs a great practice. He is on fire. What I loved about him is you go into the meetings, and I think he spends as much time preparing for the meeting as he does anything. He's got tapes organized, a clip from 3 years ago, a clip from this morning's practice, an analogy of something. He puts a lot of time in his presentation. He's got incredible energy. He's got an excellent coaching staff, and they work their asses off, man. And they can really move the ball a lot of different ways offensively and defensively. He's still is a very, very good cutting edge coach.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you talk about being jealous. You're jealous of the Patriots and Drake Maye. I'm jealous. I play for 9 teams. I never got a chance to play for you. And I go out to the Raiders, and I hear these guys like Hunter Renfrow. They're telling stories about the great Jon Gruden. And I'm like, man, I mean, of all the, 15 years in the league, 9 teams, I never got a chance to be coached by this guy. But now with what you're doing at Barstool, I feel like you're coaching me up each week. You got the film, you got the game prep that you're doing on the YouTube. How fun has that been for you? I mean, I know, look, you've been coaching for a long time, and I'm not sure that, some people might not try to pry you away and bring you back to coaching, but how much fun are you having doing what you do at Barstool? Because honestly, I feel like you're America's coach. People are learning a lot from you.
Well, I thank you. We're having a lot of fun. I'm around a lot of young people, very passionate people that love sports, that are very creative. It keeps me young, and I just love the game. I love the insides of the game. I don't think a lot of people get into the nuts and bolts of what's really going on. I think David Andrews sitting right there can attest. It's not easy to go up there and make a bang L call and then switch it. No, 5-0. No, it's just there's a lot of things going on that are really cool to talk about. And I probably get too excited about 3-yard gains and red zone conversions and stuff like that. But I just try to share my passion for the game with fans. I'm sure some don't like it, but I'm sure there are a few that hang in there with me.
No, I love it. I mean, I got a question for you. Which Barstool employee would have the best chance of rattling off scatter to west, right, tight, F left, 372, Y stick, X spot? Which guy would it be if you had to get him in the huddle?
Watch this, Brian. Watch this. Come on, Jake.
Come on, Jake. Let's go.
Let's go, Jake.
Go ahead. Give it to him.
It's actually scatter to west, right, tight, F left, 372, Y stick, Z spot.
That's
Brian.
right. That's right.
Oh, tell David Andrews. What are 3 or 4? Listen to this. What are 3 or 4 calls we have in scat protection?
You got Ron or Lou, you got Bang R, Bang Out, you got 5-0, and you got you can call it Jam if you want to call it Jam.
Jam front 5-0. I've been in that West Coast system. Hey, that's impressive, Jake.
Yeah,
that's
Jake,
way better than producer Danny could do.
Danny's got, some of the takes we have to listen to from our producer here is unreal.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny though, David. We have this thing called the Gruden's Glossary. And if you work here this is the FFCA, the Fired Football Coaches Association. So we put in the 3-4 defense. Then we put in the shades of the defensive lineman, a 2 technique, a 3 technique, a 6 technique. And these guys that are working here have to get on the board and present it. And Malisak, my man here, he's becoming a future, I think, great coach. The guy's really accumulating knowledge every day. It's impressive.
Incredible.
Hey, Coach Gruden, I don't know if you know this is Danny back in the control room here, but Malisak back in the day was my intern, so I don't want to take credit for everything he knows, but I taught him a lot. But you talk about a team game. What does that kid next to you, Jake Malisak, mean for you?
Well, he just gives me consistency, creativity. He has a passion for sports, too. He's a little bit more reckless I am with this gambling thing we got going, but we have a lot of fun together. We're traveling this week. Actually, we're heading to the Pittsburgh Panther Notre Dame Fighting Irish game. We're all fired up. And Jake came with me to Georgia. He comes with me, and we get some cool footage. We get it approved by the coaches, and he's been a really good friend to have.
That's good to hear. If I ever see you on an NFL sideline again, I hope I see Jake Malasek next to you.
Jacob, wherever I go, Jake will go.
I love it.
Coach, what do you think about the snap clap count?
Oh,
this
boy.
has been
man.
This is we're former quarterback center. We take a lot of pride in our snap count. I take a lot of pride in the silent count on the road and how important it is for the center with the timing of his head. We had I'm sure you saw the Falcons debacle last week, saying they were clapping. I'm a big proponent of always using the center head bob because then he's always in control of it versus having a guard do it. But this is the new wave in college football, and I have a lot of thoughts on things that the NFL has done during practices to make the game easier or safer or whatever that I don't think is necessarily good for the game. And I think a lot of the problems we see in the NFL come from lower levels of football, but now you got this clapping in college. Why do you think they've done it, and your thoughts on it?
Oh, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I made T-shirts that say no more clapping. I saw a defense get penalized for clapping. I heard the Falcons complaining that the other team was clapping. It makes me sick. I think communication is the most important part of football, especially when you talk to putting the ball in play. The quarterback and the center, they got to get some pre-snap communication done or you have no chance. Yep. And as you said, David, a lot of people don't realize the guard can actually turn his head back to the quarterback in the shotgun and wait for Hoyer to tell us when he's ready. So I'm just the guard. I'm looking back here at the quarterback, and Andrews is making all the line calls. But when I'm the guard and I tap Andrews, that tells him the quarterback is ready. But now, as you know, David, you got to do something with your head. You just can't put your head down and snap it. You got to go on a second head bob. Talk about that real quick so fans know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so we talked about this a little bit. We would have different cadences within the head bob. And the biggest thing as the center is you have to be consistent with your timing. Right? And because the hardest position is not you, it's the tackles. They got to be able to see it. Tackle's the hardest position. You got the best athletes. You're the furthest away from the ball, but you got to be consistent. And that was something I had to learn early in my career was how consistent I can be. And if I'm not right every time, that half a second that tackle misses could blow up the play. And we would do different things. We had different words, to make it on two, quick, slow, all different kind of things. We even did one where it would be like a touch pause, and there would be no head bob. It was just a different wrinkle we throw in. It would just be like I'd get the signal, pause, ball. Just to try to, because on the road, you're trying to find every advantage you can to help those guys not tee off on you, right?
But you play for Dante Scarnecchia. There was a lot of detail that went into how we snapped the ball at New England. Same thing wherever we've been, but you still had to communicate. The quarterback and the center had to be on the same page. Hey, we're good. We're good. No. You guys still had to communicate. Some of these offenses that just run up to the line of scrimmage and clap their hands to put the ball in play, I just think it's elementary. People say the game is evolving. The game is dissolving when you turn our communication in. This is what cavemen did when they were hungry before electricity, man. They would just, that's not great communication skills.
Yeah, you're right, Coach. It's kind of like, we're old school. You see the quarterback play, and Tom Brady has hit on this. He said, look, these guys are developing physically, but when it comes to the mental part of the game, and that's why, look, I mentioned it before, I think there's going to be people looking at you and saying, can we get you to come back to the coaching job because you're going to teach it the right way, especially with these younger quarterbacks. So, look, I hope you have an opportunity to do whatever is best for you. We got to hit on something. David and I now being... I guess we're not FFCA. We're former play.
We're fired players.
Fired
is what
players.
we are.
So maybe we'll start our own association. But we've been playing a lot of golf lately, and you made the news recently with your firing up speech of this internet invitational. Walk us through that a little bit.
I had no idea it was going to be that big of a deal. We had these teams, 2 golf teams, I think a pink team and an orange team, and we went out to play. They had a draft. Of course, I was the last guy picked because these were all really good golfers. And it's scramble for 9 holes, alternate shot. Anyways, it's a big deal. And our best player didn't show up. Our leader, our captain, he doesn't even show up, and we get our brains beat in. So now everybody on our team is really upset at this Luke Kwan. They're really upset, and it won't stop. It's like he's the reason why we're losing this tournament. Now somebody says, hey, go rally your team. So I was kind of reluctant because I didn't even know any of these guys. But I kind of got tired of these guys complaining about Luke oversleeping. I'm like, what the hell? We're 7 down. It ain't all his fault. You all got your butts kicked. So it kind of, I don't know. They kind of woke up Chucky inside of me, and I just went off, I guess, for 30 seconds. But it was a lot of fun, man.
As a former player, you're sitting there watching that speech, and I'm like over there kind of twitching. It's getting you back. You're like getting ready. You're like, all right, here we go now. Let's roll. But hey,
how many times did Dante Scarnecchia come in the locker and say, Andrews, God dang it? I mean, you need that once in a while.
Yeah, I'll never forget one time there's only one Dante Scarnecchia, and the way he coached football, I say, I got to play for the greatest head coach, I think, but Dante was the best football coach I've ever had in my, career for 26 years. But I can remember one day we practiced on Thursday, right, in the playoffs. You're in the little shells, right, which I think is an O lineman. I would rather be in pads than block D linemen in the little spider pads because they're so quick. You have nothing to get to, nothing to punch. Me and Joe Tooney, who's gone on to, potentially be a Hall of Famer, we had a bad day. We had 2 rookies on the scout team. It's week 18 in the playoffs. We're exhausted. It's 22 degrees outside. These rookies just tore our heads off all day on Thursday. We come in Friday morning, right? Friday in the NFL, feel good day, right? We're going to go out there. Everyone's confident, fly around, feeling good. We go into our first meeting with Dante, and he let me and Joe Tooney have it so bad. Told us that we're going to be the reason the whole area is disappointed and let down, and it was going to be our fault that everyone's sitting on their couches next week watching some other team than us, and we'll live with that the rest of our lives. That was a tough Friday morning for us, but we had a hell of a practice Friday afternoon and won the game, so I guess it worked. But
that's awesome.
It's coaches, football coaches, man. I heard Mike Vrabel say this the other day. It's not what you know, it's what you can get the player to know. Mm-hmm. And I just thought, there's a lot that goes into being a football coach, and it's not just – there's a lot of people that know football. But at the end of the day, you're a teacher. And you got to get guys to believe, and that's what the good ones do, I think.
Yep, you've got to install the same play sometimes 17 weeks in a row, and you got to make it interesting. You got to stir the pot, try to make these guys laugh, try to piss them off, try to get them, fired up. But you got to get guys excited, and you got to make these meetings interesting, and you got to service the players. You got to find a way to get the most out of them.
Well, Coach, we know you're a busy man. We want to thank you for being here. I got to tell you, though, if anyone's out there and is looking for a present, you are the best cameo request I've ever had from my brothers. A tremendous job. He gives it his all. And I've shared it with so many people. They love it. You've done a tremendous job, not only in the coaching world, but now what you're doing at Barstool. We love you. We love watching you every week. Thanks for being here.
Man, I appreciate you, Brian. One of these days we'll get together, have a beer.
Love
David,
it.
God bless you, man. Happy holidays.
I've had a great career. The biggest regret I have in my career was never being a Gruden grinder. And, you know, as an undrafted guy, I thought I was a lock. Undrafted, I was like, I'm a lock.
I gave it to Ninkovich. Both Monday Night Football games, I gave it to Rob Ninkovich.
Nico's a grinder.
And the Monday Night Football game, my rookie year, that would have been against the Bills, 2015. I got benched that game, so I'm blaming you. So.
All right, man.
All right,
Keep
Coach.
it rolling, guys. Thanks for having me.
Coach.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, guys. Good luck. Thank you.
All right, Hoy. Thursday Night Football. Got the Jets coming in town. It's getting cold in New England. I think I heard there were some snowflakes down at Gillette today. It looks like you got a little package here, a little something here for the.
did.
Let's see what we got, Hoy.
Let's see the threads. Let's see the threads.
I was gonna come.
I'm a fan of these, by the way. Big fan.
Got something in the mail from the Patriots. David, I think you have one of these as well. I think
I was at Bass Pro Shop
you must
this
have been
morning.
left early. But everyone can see right there, Nor'easter. What are we looking at this week? We got the rivalry series.
And Nike rivalry.
And you and I did a little visit to Hudson High School a few weeks ago
Awesome.
for a rivalry thing. And they told us we were going to get our own rivalry jersey. And so we got here. We got a hat with the NE. But most importantly,
Did you get a jersey?
we did. Shout out to the Patriots social team. Shout out to Abby Thistle.
2. Is that your preferred number on the Pats?
That was my favorite number of the Pats. I'm probably the only person who had 3 different numbers.
Yeah.
You
All
got
right.
it there?
I love it.
Danny, you like them?
Sick.
Did you guys as players like getting the alternates on like a Thursday night or whatever it might be?
I loved it.
Yeah, I didn't love the all blue. I like the all white. We wore those on Thursday night versus the Bucks in 17, and then we got the throwbacks finally toward the end of my career. But we didn't do a lot of alternate when we were really good.
Well, remember, that was back in the day. You couldn't really do
It was the
different
helmets,
because
right?
they said it was a safety issue.
Which I never understood.
Meanwhile, University of Oregon
Has
was getting a new helmet
10,000.
every week. So, yeah, shout out to the Patriots social team, Abby Thistle and her crew, that take care of us alumni.
Dude, it's freaking snowing in New England.
Let's
we got
go.
a football team.
We got a Nor'easter. We got a Nor'easter with the
football
jerseys.
team. It's
I-
snowing in what is it? November.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the boys are back, dude.
Let's go.
This
Is this
football
a trap
team,
game though, David?
huh?
Is this a trap game? Short
The hell
week?
with the damn trap game, Danny.
Divisional game, trap, short
You go
week?
out there, you kick their ass. That's all that matters. You go out there, you're 9-2. You get a little bit of a break.
All right.
You kick their ass. Every game's a trap game. You can lose every damn game. Like, I'm
right.
sick and tired of hearing trap games. I'm sick and tired of the easy schedule. Oh, the Bucks were banged up. The Patriots banged up too. They were down there starting receiver, running back. Ellis is out. Barmore goes out. Like, hey, it's the NFL. Everyone's hurt. Everyone's banged up. Every team's going to be missing guys from here on out to the end of the year. We got a football team. Let the snow come down.
I love
We're going
it.
to kick the Jets' ass. Talk a little bit, Brian, about the preparation that goes into Thursday night.
Dude, that was a great rant. I love that. You
Take
got
a
me,
deep breath, David.
You're
All right.
fired up from talking to Gruden. I could tell.
I love ball coaches, dude. Football coaches, like, I don't know, dude. I freaking love football coaches. They're just a special breed, and they're messed up in the head. But maybe I'm a little too. Go ahead, Brian. Talk about the preparation.
Yeah, so I think the big thing, obviously, when you talk about Thursday Night Football, you immediately have to speed up your clock, internal clock, every preparation, everything. Because what did Bill used to say to us that Sunday after you won that game? I know Vrabel said it to the team the other day.
Hey, what is it?
It's Wednesday night.
Yeah.
You're leaving that game. It's already Wednesday night of your normal preparation. So what have you already done usually on a Wednesday? You've already done recovery, treatment, install, first and second down. You're getting prepped
and you
for third down.
you corrected
the film.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that goes into it. But how do you go about it? The challenges you face as a quarterback. You guys are the most, obviously, have the most weight to carry.
Well, I think the one thing usually, and I think you'd agree with me on this, is game plans for Thursday night games get shrunk a little bit, right? You're not going to have the ability to install the same volume. You're not going to have the ability to now look, these coaches have been prepping for this for 2 weeks now. So they after they get done with Buck stuff, they chip off a
Saturday
little bit.
going down there.
Saturday they're probably getting everything done. So, and it helps when you're going against a division opponent, albeit this is the first time they're playing the Aaron Glenn led Jets. But honestly, I was down there filming a show with Zolak last night at Gillette, and what was the Patriots doing? They're practicing. Now, it's probably more of a walkthrough, but it's Monday night. Typically on Monday night, you get out of there, you do the corrections, you get your base scouting report of who you're going to play. You go home, you have dinner with your family. These guys, you have to go all in. You basically just say, I'll see you Friday morning, okay? Yeah. Like, I'm all in.
We'll make it up for it on the weekend.
Right. Treatment, recovery, and our quarterback took some shots on Sunday. He's got to be getting recovered because you want to go out there on Thursday. You're probably not going to feel 100%. I mean, I remember one Thursday game that I played for in Cleveland. The week before, I actually bruised my tailbone. My right butt cheek was black and blue. Couldn't even sit on the bench. And you're like, all right, just got to get through it. Got to get through this week. Got to get through the game. And you kind of have a love-hate relationship with Thursday night games because you hate having to go and be prepared as quick as you are. But once you win that game, you love it because it's like a mini bye.
Yeah. So the physical part of it is really tough. I'm a big proponent. If you haven't told, I think practice is very important. Yeah. And you can't practice. And I don't know, I always felt good. If I had a good week of practice physically, in the sense of I made the blocks and got to do them, and you just felt good going into the game. You're not going to get any of that this week. You're not playing football at all this week. You know, Danny could practice in these NFL practices this week.
I would love that.
Yeah, you're back, even with a broken back at
Danny's
22 years old.
Speed is like 3/4 speed for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Else, so.
It's a jog through. So, but look, it is a challenge, physically demanding challenge, because like you said, a lot of times in the NFL, I thought Wednesdays were the hardest days. Yeah. Not because, practice would be hard, but I would be so sore Wednesday, and at that point, that's the day before the game. Usually Saturday, you feel pretty good, and the week's set up to, as the week goes on, it gets lighter and lighter, let your body even get ready to go. So it's a tough physical challenge, these injury reports. If a guy's banged up, a guy could have finished the game, right? And he might not be able to play Thursday night. And you're like, well, how does that work? Well, because now he has no way to test it, really. Mm-hmm. He can't get a body on him. During the week in practice, you might not practice all week and practice Friday. And, but get someone to hit you with some pads and be like, all right, yeah, I am good to go. So, it's a tough challenge physically. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Obviously, I think, we both know with Hooper and a concussion, he's out.
He's probably,
there's no way you can, it's hard to do it in 1 week. Yep. You can't do it in 2 days.
So right there, if you have, if Josh is planning to maybe have some 12 personnel, now you may have to scale back because you don't have Hooper out there.
No, or it could just change how you get into 12 personnel with using Westover a little bit. So
Collins is pretty much a tight end at this point.
Who?
Matt Collins.
Yeah, he's not a tight end.
He's not a tight end.
But he blocks like one.
Yeah, but
okay,
he's
so
not
did
blocking,
Julian, but Julian wasn't
safeties. He's not blocking.
I think that's
ends.
a little different though, David.
He's not. It's the same role.
It's the same thing.
He's blocking safeties. He's not blocking linebackers.
He's not blocking D ends.
Tight ends block D ends and linebackers. They don't have to ever block.
I'm just trying to give Matt Collins his flowers.
He does. Matt Collins deserves his flowers, but calling him a tight end is wrong.
That's right.
Okay. Moving on.
But I do think, look, the Jets, they had the fire sale 2 weeks ago, right? They go out, they beat the Browns. So this is a team that is riding high right now. The Jets, riding highs maybe.
2 wins in a row. They beat the Bengals. Yeah,
but they're two wins in a row is what I'm trying to say. They're figuring it out a little by little. You're right about Thursday. This game really comes down to a few things. Technique. Who's the more physical, energized team? Who's ready to go? Mm-hmm. That has a lot to do with it on Sunday too, but really Thursday nights, it's more of an attitude game.
It's how can you get yourself more mentally ready to go when your body's not feeling 100%, when you haven't had the normal week of practice, installs, all of that stuff. How do you get that mentality? And whoever usually comes out with their hair on fire, whoever has more energy, usually wins a Thursday night game.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. And it's just and I think it will be hard. Like, obviously, Drake didn't have a Thursday night game last year, so this is a new thing for him.
Yep.
The rookies have never done anything like this. So, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I think it helps being at home. I always love having Thursday nights. It just allows more recovery and rest. And that's the biggest thing that goes into this is how quickly you can recover. Hydration's got to be a big thing coming off that humid wind.
Yep.
Getting hydrated. They got back later. I think they got delayed a couple hours. I heard from Zoe. Like, there's just a lot that goes into this recovery. But as you said, there ain't nothing like this weekend.
No. Hey, a chance to go 9-2, beat a division opponent in these new unis that we just saw, the rivalry unis. I mean, look, you couldn't ask for a better situation to be in right now. And now it's just about going out and executing, coming away with a victory, and then you get yourself to maybe you're going under the water right now. You got a little bit more ways to go till you get to the real bye, but at least you can come up for air after this weekend.
This is a little breath of air, and it's a chance for guys to get healthy. It gives them really, I don't know how Vrabel will do it on Monday, but probably not practice. Maybe do a walkthrough Monday. Like, it just gives you almost 4 or 5 days to recover before Wednesday rolls around again.
Yep. All right.
Boston sports fans are going to be loud in Gillette on Thursday night.
I'm going to be there. Are you going to be there?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Danny, you going to be there?
I'll be there.
So the Quick Snap crew will be in attendance.
I'll be loud. I have a fun game for you guys because you'll never figure this out. What do you think the spread is of the game?
I have no. How am I supposed to know?
I got an idea. Pats -10.
That's close, David.
So that means they are favored by 10 points.
It's 12.5 though.
12.5. Okay.
Yeah. So
look, I mean, the reality is with the Jets, I think Garrett Wilson's already been ruled out. They're not going to throw the football. You have to take away the running game.
I think wasn't Justin Field like 3 for 5 for 7 yards in the first time?
So. Yes, I don't think you're too far off. So.
I will say this too. I don't know about you, Hoy. If they go out there and win 18 to 13, move on.
Yeah.
Like, it's Thursday night.
That's right.
Win the game, move on. Like, I don't know how you feel about that.
9-2, it doesn't matter what it looks like.
I mean, and I'm not saying that's what I'm expecting.
No, I mean, they could win 40-3.
They could easily be crazy, but like, I think as fans, Thursday night game, like, whatever that score is, as long as it says W, we're moving on.
Yep.
See you later. All right, Hoy. Legendary moment this week is a little different, but this is presented by Miller Lite. Legendary stories start with a light. Here's the 50 years of Miller time. It's Bill Belichick retiring as the head coach of the New York Jets after one day to become the Patriot.
On a napkin, right?
I mean, it's a wild story, and we picked it obviously because this was the start of the greatest dynasty run in the NFL.
You and I were talking, Danny's talking, like, do you have any legendary moments against the Jets? And I said, to be honest, we won a lot of those games pretty handily. Like, how about we go back to the original legendary moment? Bill Belichick resigns as head coach of the New York Jets on a napkin, and then the next day joins the Patriots, and eventually they had to figure it out. It ended up being a trade, but that's where it all started. That's where all of the legendary moments
How many coaches have been traded for?
Sean Payton is the only other one, right?
Yeah, to Denver, right?
Denver, because New Orleans still had his rights.
Yeah, his rights.
It's incredible.
No, it's
Jon Gruden was traded.
Jon Gruden.
Was he? From where?
Raiders to the Bucs.
Wow. So when he beat the Raiders, that had to be so gratifying for him.
I thought he was too, but I didn't want to say it. Thank you, Danny.
We should have asked him that.
I mean, look,
that's the producer's fault.
That is the producer's fault. Jake would have never allowed that.
Jake would have known it. The way Jake rattled off that play. What do you think the odds are that we could teach Danny a package of plays?
Why don't you guys trade Jake for me? I mean, I'll be better off down in Tampa.
His contract is way too high.
His contract's way too high
can't
for
afford
us.
that.
Fair enough.
We need a few more sponsors.
I can barely afford you.
Fair enough. Bill Belichick, 38-12 against the Jets after this.
He hated the Jets.
What
was his go-to? We could say it. It's a podcast.
The New York Jets. Yeah, it just, I didn't understand it too. Like, I got there and he said that. I was like, why? Like, why do you hate them so bad? Because I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't follow it. But yeah, like you said, Hoy, I loved it. When you suggested it, it was like light bulb. I was like, that's such a great idea.
I mean, we could have went with, you mentioned 2018. We beat the brakes off of them.
It was super cold.
It was so cold.
I remember that game.
Remember God, who was a defensive end got frostbite on his fingers that week in practice?
Yeah, because he taped his hands
because
too much.
Bill was going to make you practice outside, be in the elements, and it was like minus 20 wind chill one day.
I think Joe Judge, someone bet Joe Judge that he wouldn't wear shorts all day, and I think he cleaned up pretty good.
Yep.
But I do remember that game. We were beating the brakes off of him. It was so damn cold. Oh, my gosh. And one of the Jet players got hurt, and his teammate was cussing him out like, get your ass up off this field. He was like, it's too damn cold for you to be hurt out here. And I was like, damn, man, your buddy's hurt.
Yeah.
You're trying to get him off the field?
That's funny.
But, yeah, I don't know. That was to me, why I said that one for the legendary moment, because it kind of catapulted us into that playoff run and really after we talked about a little bit earlier, we had those losses, and that was like an ass kicking how we wanted to play, and we carried that forward to a championship. So awesome. Pretty legendary moment, led to a lot of other legendary moments.
All the other ones we've talked about.
That's the only reason.
The starting point.
Miller Lite just isn't any light beer. It's the original light beer, and when Miller Lite arrived 50 years ago, time became Miller time, and fun nights became stories worth telling. Miller Lite, celebrating 5 decades of legendary moments, because legendary stories start with a light.
All right, David, a little bit around the league. We obviously saw the Bills go down to Miami and lose. Coupled with the Patriots going on the road and winning, they got a 2-game lead in the division.
And I heard some clips from McDermott's press conference. They're getting asked the hard questions, and it's got to be
the Chiefs. It's just like
it is. You can't do it every week, but I think there's more flaws to that football team right now than maybe we see.
Yeah, Josh Allen doesn't look the same.
No, and it's just, it is what it is. But I mean, look, it helped you out. You have, I don't want to say this, but you could lose to them and still win the division.
Yeah.
So you are in the driver's seat. You're in command of your own destiny right now. And look, just to be honest, we've got the schedule up here.
All right, let's do it.
But I just want to say something. However this season goes at this point, I think we all would have thought hey, we're going to be sitting there 8-9, 10-7, right? Something along those lines, right? We were very comfortable saying. And you were going to be doing the reverse of, well, we could have won 2 more.
Yeah.
Now, this is it's totally flipped. It is wild.
The Bucs was also, every time we counted on this
we said
thing,
that was a
we always said it was a loss.
We always did.
So now that flips things a lot. Do you want to go through this and count?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Jets.
Win.
Bengals.
Win.
Now, there is news that Burrow could be back for this game. I don't know. Their defense is so decimated.
Dude,
it could be one of those shootout games.
Dude,
but
Joe Burrow's getting left in the dust when you talk about best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, but he's been too hurt.
Boyer, I don't think
he
he can be back for this game. I think he has 21 days.
No, you can.
No,
the
Danny, you don't know how it works.
He can come back at any
He could
point.
come back this week if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He won't.
He won't. It has to be after 21 days. He either has to be active or on IR.
Yes.
All right, he's not playing in this game.
So
he said his own words. I'm almost positive. He said his goal is to be back after Thanksgiving.
he's talking about how good he felt too. It's been the easiest thing.
By Thanksgiving.
Doesn't matter. Their season's over with.
All right,
Win,
Jets,
win.
Win,
Bengals
win, win.
wins.
Yep.
So 3.
Giants Monday night.
Win.
Bills at
Just
home.
fired their coaches. Bills
Win.
at home.
Win.
Call it a loss though.
No.
You
Don't
call
tell
it
me
what you
to do.
want. I'm
call
calling
what
it
you
a
want.
win.
I got 4 wins.
I might call it a loss after next week, how they play, but I'm calling it a win.
All right, call it a win. We got the bye week. Bye week was before the Bills. And then Ravens.
Win.
Lamar's back.
Win.
No.
Yep. Don't tell me what to pick.
Win.
Okay. Then
This
Jets
football
Dolphins
team's
are losing
15-2. We're hosting the AFC Championship game. See you in San Francisco. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here this episode.
I don't disagree. I think the Bills and Ravens will be tough.
No,
games.
it is.
You don't tell us what to pick. You pick what you want.
I'm just saying,
You're not
right
serious,
now,
though. I know that.
I am serious.
right now, the Bills and Ravens are the 2 toss-ups. And that's true. They're the toss-ups. The Ravens became a lot scarier when Lamar came.
I watched what and I know they end up coming away with a victory, but what B-Flow and that defense did to Lamar, now they had to deal with multiple turnovers from their offense and their special teams. There's elements of what you can copy and paste and try to make sure you take care of Lamar. And I don't think their defense, they're getting better. They made a trade for Draymond Jones, but I'm not as afraid of the Ravens defense as I thought I was going to be at the beginning of the year.
They're not. They're
especially
not
with
what you
Josh.
think.
With Josh coming up with the game plan and Drake executing it, I'm just telling you, there's
No, I'm with you, Hoy, but I'm just saying, like, I'm picking them to be 15-2 now.
I love it. I love it.
I've gone from like 10-7 to 12-5 to 13-4.
They just
hell
gotta stay
with
healthy.
it.
The health of the team, nothing more important.
There's nothing more important, and they've done that. They've done a pretty good job so far. So, yeah, I mean, look, you're in the Patriots are in the driver's seat. I mean, and you look around the AFC right now. Sure, the Bills, they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be there.
The Chiefs
are going to be there.
There's a possibility the Chiefs make it in as a wild card because I think they play the Broncos this week, so that's going to be a big test for them. They still got to play the Chargers again.
Let me tell you, though, are you scared of the Broncos? I'm scared of the defense.
Yeah, the defense.
That defense is unreal right now.
Shout out to Singleton. Did you see that?
The
testicular cancer, plays the game Thursday night, has surgery.
Yeah. Is he
incredible?
Now? How long is he out? I didn't
from what
see
I
anything
read,
about
he's
that.
like it's not going to be like a 3-week thing. Like he's just got to recover from that.
Kind of let it heal.
Yeah.
All right. So you scared of the Broncos? Scared of the defense, right? When I look at this. I ain't scared of the Chargers. No. I ain't scared of the Jaguars. I damn sure ain't scared of Aaron Rodgers. I know we lost to him.
Yeah.
Let me get them again. Let me see what happens there. Ain't scared of the Texans. I'm not scared of the Ravens. Chiefs.
Come on. You're a little scared of the Ravens.
I'm a little scared, but I'm not that scared.
Okay, fine. What about the team at the top? I'm not that scared of Daniel Jones, but you guys haven't talked about the Colts yet.
If we can get Daniel Jones at home.
Yeah. And
I agree.
I think that what I'm more scared about, and Daniel Jones is playing phenomenal, is Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Because everything with that offense starts with him. If you're somehow able to make them one-dimensional like the Steelers did, created 6 turnovers against the Colts, they didn't let Jonathan Taylor beat them. Like, I think the one thing you got to look at the NFL is each team you're going to have a certain plan to win. So if you play the Ravens, it's Lamar.
all those teams propose different problems.
And if you play the Chiefs, it's Patrick Mahomes. And I would say go look at what Buffalo did and copy their game plan and execute. Like it's each team presents its own challenge.
I don't know. It's wild, but look, the Patriots right now, and this got to segue into the MVP talk. Mm-hmm. You have the MVP favorite. Probably have the favorite for Coach of the Year. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Look, I think the only
Who would have thought? Look at us.
The only person, and I think it's very valid and it's deserved that I would put above Drake right now is Matthew Stafford. He is playing incredible. He's a Georgia dog. Shout out to the class of 2009 at 37 years old. I mean, Brady's joking with him like, dude, you're only 37. You got 8 more years. I don't know if Stafford wants to do that.
And that was 2009 was the last year of the major first-round draft pick.
It was one more year after that. It was Sam Bradford.
He got that big.
So you're right. Stafford was the first pick and immediately became the highest paid quarterback. He has made bank. And honestly, with the way he's playing, wouldn't put it past him. At least play number 4.
I try to keep up. Obviously we're fans of the league.
Yeah.
I was worried about this back because he missed.
I know he was in that immortal chamber. I mean,
he missed like 90%.
Stock's got to be going up on that immortal chamber. Whatever he did in that chamber. He's playing the best of his career.
Now let me ask you this.
It helps to have Devontae Adams. It helps to have Puka, and it helps to have the relationship he has with Sean McVay.
And shout out Ryan Wendell out there coaching the O-line.
Their O-line's done a tremendous job. They really
Wendy's a great coach. Let's say Jonathan Taylor gets a guy at the gym I know, we started talking about the MVP race. He brought up Jonathan Taylor, and I was like, if Saquon didn't win it. But then he brought up, like, Saquon only had, like, 15 touchdowns maybe last year.
Well, a lot of them went to the tush push, so it could
What if Taylor, like, gets 25 touchdowns?
I just think it's going to be hard to beat Stafford.
That's what I said. I said I don't think if Saquon didn't win it, it's going to be really hard for
a quarterback award.
It is.
Yeah. But I don't know. We got Drake in there.
Go party on Thursday night, fellas.
Let's go. We'll see you there.
We'll see you there.
Let's hope for another win. Keep it rolling. Thanks for joining us for episode 11 of the Quick Snap Podcast. Check us out anywhere you find your podcast and on NBC Sports Boston, Wednesdays at 6 p.m.